Okay, the Cricket World Cup is here, and today we are reviewing Bangladesh, the absolute chaos at the moment that is Bangladesh. This is brought to you by Cricket.com. Go and download the Cricket.com app right now for everything you've ever needed in your entire life. If you like cricket. If you don't, I wouldn't actually bother doing that. But get around cricket.com and go and support their YouTube channel. Cricket.com/TV is their YouTube channel. Go and search that and get around cricket.com. Pez Bangladesh, their first game is against Afghanistan. And you feel like that's going to get pretty tasty. Now, in the Asia Cup just gone, Bangladesh scored 334 for 5. I was in Lahore. Shanto and Miraz scored hundreds. Then they bowled Afghanistan out for 245 thanks to Taskin Ahmed's forfeit. So that is going to happen again, yeah? That'll just be the same thing?
I don't know, but I'm feeling Bangladesh this tournament.
Are you?
I'm feeling them a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
why's that?
Spin heavy. I'm operating off stereotypes here, but spin heavy side, Asian conditions, more home comforts for them than many of their opposition teams. Might get off to a great start, knocking over Afghanistan, and I think they're better for Tamin Iqbal being left out of the squad.
Okay, so
I want to get into that, but just with that spin, Shakib, Mahir Hassan, Miraz, Nassim Ahmed, Mahdi Hassan. There's there's good depth there. I think it's going to matter a lot this tournament, and they've had some good finishes. They've knocked off England twice in World Cups before. They've knocked off South Africa twice in World Cups before.
Last time
they've beaten India. They've beaten Pakistan. So they always do more than you expect them to do. Bangladesh.
Yeah. I have frustrations about Bangladesh cricket, generally speaking, in that they've got some decent players, but it just never seems to amount to the next thing. I'm ready for Bangladesh to achieve the next thing.
Might be now.
Well, it could be. Now, to that end, we'll talk about Tamin Iqbal now, who is now left out of the squad. Well, he's removed himself from the squad. And he's a guy who's played 70 tests, 243 ODIs, 78 T20s for Bangladesh, one of the most capped players I've ever had. In those three formats, he averages 38, 36, and 24. That to me is Bangladesh. It's just, it's okay, but they never do anything. So your point, maybe this is the time. Now, Farid Khan on Twitter last night wrote, as we're recording this, both Tamin Iqbal and Shakib Al Hassan are at BCB President's residence right now. Tamin has shockingly informed that he isn't fit and can only play 5 matches at the World Cup. He's obviously got this back injury.
Jimmy Jack, yeah.
Shakib is furious after knowing it and has refused to accept it. He wants other players to play then. It's all happening.
And that's what happened. Tamin Iqbal's been left out. So Shakib so Tamin Iqbal was the captain of Bangladesh.
Yes.
And in July said, I retire. I'm actually out.
Anyone get involved in that and sort of higher ups?
The Bangladeshi Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, told him to unretire.
Yes.
And he did. He unretired, but then he resigned from the captaincy in August due to these Jimmy Jack issues. Right. They tried to get him back. He's a deeply experienced player, the highest ever scorer in international and ODI cricket. Tamin Iqbal made 44 against New Zealand, but just complained again of back issues. So he's gone to the BCB's, the president's house with Shakib and just gone, look, I can give you 5 games. Max. And Shakib said, pack him. You're all in or out. He's basically, Shakib's kicked the stumps over and said, you're either in or you're out.
That's right.
And he's out. So Shakib,
it's ruthless.
Has got the team he wanted. You need that going into World Cup. You can't have a guy going, I'm going to play a couple now. Australia should take Travis Head.
Of course.
As an opening bat. But once again, I think Bangladesh can do damage. I thought they played some okay cricket in the Asia Cup at different times. Home comforts. I'm not taking them lightly at all.
Yeah. Shakib Al Hassan is back as captain, as you said before. He's barely played ODIs in forever. Obviously, he just did play the Asia Cup, just gone. Now, Shanto will bat 4 for them, and he's turned into a bit of a meme if the internet is to be believed, and I often think it is. Now, he couldn't get off the square for about, all of last year, but he's sort of come good now. Now, he's captaining... he captained last night, as we record this, the final ODI game against New Zealand with Shakib and Lytton Das both rested. You talk about form here. Now, this is the thing. Now, New Zealand have just beaten Bangladesh in a 3-match series 2-0. So does that mean New Zealand are good? No, that definitely can't be true. But Shanto, yeah, he sort of is this meme of Jekyll and Hyde. Is he good? Sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, no, that kind of stuff. Now, what about this, Pez? Now, we saw this in the most recent ODI series against New Zealand where Lytton Das, who was captaining, he recalled Ish Sodhi for a man-cad executed by Hassan Mahmood.
Yes.
What does that mean? Are they being nice guys now? Bangladesh nice guys?
Yeah, I'd call that 4D chess against New Zealand as well. Okay. Because New Zealand only get there. Like people thought, so Ish Sodhi was very complimentary of Lytton Das after having done this. He said, I come from an old cloth, old school. Yeah. We give a warning. So I was really pleased that they did this. I'm a bad bat anyway, X, Y, Z. What he doesn't understand is that that's 4D chess because New Zealand only get their identity from playing against bad people.
Right.
They get to be the nice guys because everyone else is bad. And that, in fact, is what Ish Sodhi was doing deliberately because he was out of his crease 23 times before then.
Yeah.
He was trying to confect a man-cad style situation so that New Zealand could look hardly done by, other teams could look ruthless. All of a sudden, New Zealand take this nice guy phenomenon mentality juggernaut into the World Cup. Lytton Das having none of it. No, come back, please. You're not the only nice guys around here. New Zealand scrambled. They're gone from the tournament onwards Bangladesh.
And we saw a beautiful moment where Mahmood and Ish Sodhi were hugging as well. It's like a nice gesture.
That's right.
Hands across the world stuff.
Ish Sodhi actually digging his jaw into his neck at the time, going, how dare you take the nice guy. Yeah.
Bangladesh finished 8th last World Cup. They had 3 wins and 5 losses. They finished above Afghanistan and the West Indies. But I want more from these guys. Give me more. Maybe, wouldn't it be great if someone like a Shakib Al Hasan just has an unbelievable tournament where people are just trying to defend these 10 overs, and with the bat, he's just scoring 70 off 35, batting at 4 or 5 wherever he bats. Wouldn't that excite you for Bangladesh?
What would excite me? Like Bangladesh's path to something greater than what they've achieved before is everything coming together excellently with a little bit of luck, which is what any team who's in a lower half needs. You knock over Afghanistan in that first game, you catch a couple of teams on the hop, on a shit tip, got a couple of spinners in the middle.
Yes.
All of a sudden, Bangladesh are going beyond nuisance to actually being a force.
Okay.
In Asian conditions, Shakib Al Hasan's on fire. I can see a path.
Okay. Well, that first game is massive then. If they lose that one, it could be good night nurse.
Pack them, come last. Move on. Netherlands might knock them off.
Hey, let us know in the comments how you think Bangladesh are going to do in this World Cup. If you're new to TGC, it's all happening here through the channel for the entirety of the World Cup. Match reviews, interviews, everything you've ever wanted. Ask TGC. It's answering your questions. But let us know in the comments, Bangladesh, are they going to do anything? See you real soon.